this week. The Duke of Sussex, also known as Prince Harry, changed his primary residency from Britain to the U.S. 4 years after moving across the pond. But he faces the potential threat now of deportation, as the prince admitted his use of illegal drugs in his tell-all book, Spare. Here in Washington, the Heritage Foundation has sued the Department of Homeland Security in a request to obtain Prince Harry's visa immigration records. Niall Gardner is with the Heritage Foundation's Margaret Thatcher Center for Freedom and a former aide to the former Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher. He joins us live. Niall, nice to be, thanks for being with us here on the Hill. So explain to us, what are you doing and why?
Well, many thanks for having me on the show today. And as you mentioned earlier, the Heritage Foundation has taken the Department of Homeland Security to federal court in order to release the immigration records of Prince Harry. And we're doing this because we believe that no one should be above U.S. immigration law, and that includes royals like Prince Harry. Prince Harry admitted to widespread illegal drug use in his book, Spare. And we want to know whether or not Prince Harry was truthful on his application and whether or not he lied. And also, we would like to know whether or not he received some kind of special preferential treatment by U.S. authorities. So everyone should be fully held to account. Let the American people see what exactly is in Prince Harry's immigration records. And right now, a federal judge is reviewing those records in camera, and he is expected to make a ruling on the potential release of those records within the next few weeks.
So for the folks at home watching us here on NewsNation, listening on Sirius XM, who don't know about the Heritage Foundation, widely respected here in Washington. Conservative group, widely respected, no doubt about it. But again, to get to the question why, like of all the things, Niall, that your group could be doing, why this?
Well, that's a very good question. And we're doing this because we believe in the rule of law. We believe in the firm and robust application of U.S. immigration laws. And for many decades, the Heritage Foundation has been at the forefront of calling for the strict enforcement of U.S. immigration laws. Those laws have to apply to everybody, including Prince Harry. And so the Heritage Foundation is naturally calling for the release of Harry's immigration records. We have for a very long time been a very prominent force here in Washington calling for the robust application of immigration law, and that must apply to Prince Harry as well. So I think it's a natural fit for the Heritage Foundation here to be calling for these records to be released. And the American people deserve accountability and transparency from the United States government.
Before I let you go, Niall, do you have anybody else on your radar? Any other individual, famous or not, that you want to look into as well?
Well, we believe that all individuals who apply to the United States must follow the law. Any illegal immigrants, of course, in the United States should be deported. And anyone who lies, of course, on an immigration application to the United States should face deportation. So let's see exactly what is in Prince Harry's immigration records. Let the American people see for themselves what exactly Prince Harry put down on those forms.
Niall Gardner, we got to leave it there on a Friday afternoon. We appreciate your time, sir. Thank you so much. And if there's an update, please let us know. So
thank you very much.
There are past examples of this. I know you guys are laughing. There are past examples of this. The Sex Pistols denied entry into the United States because the band members reportedly had criminal records, including drug arrests, auto theft, and assaulting a police officer. The Rolling Stones frontman Brian Jones denied entry into the U.S. in 1969 because of drug convictions at the point in time. So, it's happened before.
What a bunch of prudes.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's more contextual than anything, though. I mean, we have millions of people coming over the southern border, and we are not, if we should just really be focused on the issue instead of being distracted by something that's it's just like such a ridiculous thing for anyone to be focused on. I mean, I think we're all in agreement.
Season.
But also, I do think he might be a Brit working on behalf of his government, trying to keep Prince Harry from going back. That's entirely possible.
This is really a publicity stunt. It's so trivial. It's downright comical. And by the way, nobody in America gives a crap. There is not some...
on Prince Harry?
I don't think there are people who are clamoring clamoring to see
People
Prince
on the
Harry's
right.
immigration record.
Yeah. Trump hates
I mean, that's what's like. That's the crux of his thing. The
got an
American
issue
people
with this?
deserve to see the file. No one gives a crap.
I gotta tell you, out of all the things that we're like,
Yeah,
we
I
have
know.
going on in this country, reading Prince Harry's immigration file is just
it's
not one that's high on my list. I would rather we address the southern border. I would
Yes.
rather that there were bigger concerns than a wealthy person. I understand
The
the example
Heritage
they're-
Foundation is doing God's work right now.
I understand
Immigration.
the point they're trying to make and the example they're trying to make. I think it would be good for them publicity-wise to have other names as well. That
Yes.
to your
Well, that's
point.
why
I thought that was a
That was a
great,
great question.
That's
and
a
not
great
just because I
point.
like you, but that was a good question because they had no.
teacher's pet.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he's got to have a better answer than that.
Yeah, you can't.
Because it just looks like what it is, which
Yeah,
is
I mean,
a
it's-
blatant publicity grab.
It's fascinating, and there's going to be, I would think, a ruling one way or another because this is, a lawsuit's involved. We'll let you know what comes of it. Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.